Hi, Leo. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for November of 2020. This month's themes center around home and communication, both things that can be well addressed in a natal and transit reading, and you'll find a link for that below if you want to get one. We'd love to meet you. This month, two planets have been really bothering us because they've been retrograde, and that would be Mercury and Mars. And Julia is going to tell you all about it right now. Hey, Julia. How is Leo going to be experiencing this Mercury retrograde, especially?
Oh, yeah. Let's look at that. So, Leo, Mercury begins the month retrograde in the sign of Libra. And when Mercury goes retrograde, it means that we often have to deal with more miscommunications as well as having to rethink or review wherever Mercury is in our chart. So, for you specifically, this has all been happening in your third house. This is the house of neighbors, this is the house of siblings, and it also is linked with communication as well. So, communication may have been especially fraught for you over the next few weeks. But after November 3rd, when Mercury goes direct on November 3rd, so after that, at least the areas of communication should be a lot smoother, especially if you have any siblings or even miscommunications among your neighbors or among your neighborhood too. Then Mercury enters the sign Scorpio on November 10th, which is your fourth house of family and home. So when Mercury comes into this house, it means that you're going to probably spend a lot of your time maybe thinking about the past, because the fourth house is often linked to our past. It could also be a time where we're strategizing and putting our mental energy towards our home and our family, such as thinking, how can I make my home more satisfying? Or what does family truly mean to me? Then Mars, the planet of action and drive, also begins the month retrograde in the sign of Aries, but it finally goes direct on November 14th. And all of this is happening in your house, in your ninth house. The ninth house is the house of travel. It's the house of higher mind, your worldview. And it's also directly associated with legal matters too. So for the past few months, you may have been dealing with a lot of frustrations, maybe even flare-ups around travel plans, perhaps. Also, you may have had challenges to your worldview by other people, which may have made you kind of extra angry. And if you've had any legal issues, they may have been an extra headache while Mars has been retrograde. But after the 14th, when it goes direct, these areas are going to get a lot smoother, which is really good news.
Mm.
Then Venus, planet of art, beauty, and relationships, begins the month in the sign of Libra, also corresponding with that third house of yours. So even if you've been dealing with miscommunications, either with your siblings or among your neighbors, Venus is adding a lot of harmony to these relationships as well. So great time for getting along well with your siblings, great time to just get out there and enjoy your neighborhood, maybe take a little day trip too. If Mars retrograde in your ninth is blocking some bigger travel plans, just do something around your neighborhood for some fun. Then
Mm.
Venus Scorpio on November 21st, which is your fourth house of family and home. So a really wonderful time to get along well with your family members, the people you live with. If you're in a relationship, then you might just want to Netflix and chill with your boo.
Sweet. So, also that day, the 21st, the sun moves into Sagittarius, which means Sagittarius season begins, and it falls in your fifth house. Wherever the sun goes, it brings the spotlight of attention and awareness. It brings that arena into consciousness and gives you an opportunity to grow things there by, shining the sun on them. And this is that house of fun, entertainment, um, you know, pleasure trips, pleasure relationships, light, love affair style relationships. And so those areas just might get a lot more fun during Sagittarius season, and you can find a lot more joy in them. Now, as we move back to the 14th, we can see that there is a new moon in Scorpio, which falls in your fourth house. Now, new moons usually are times of beginnings, planting new seeds. We've named this moon Consider Your Shared Estate because falling in Scorpio, it's got some themes to do with shared finances, and involving Juno as it does, it's got some themes of partnership, whether that means like a marital spousal relationship or a business partnership that's contractual in that way. Either way, those themes can be woven in And there's a pile of Capricorn planets involved in this moon as well. So there are a lot of themes of responsibility, and falling as it does in your fourth house, this is really an opportunity to set the tone in a very new way at home by engaging in some loving, intimate conversations with your partner or partners in your financial life, you know, whether that means your spouse or your financial planner or your CPA, somebody who is a partner to you in your financial life, with whom you can consider your estate and what will happen to your things and your monies when you're gone. At the end of the month, we have the full moon in Gemini on November 30th. And that one falls in the 11th house, friends, community, your tribe, the people of like mind that you feel a sense of belonging with. And it falls opposite the sun in that fifth house that I was just talking about. So this moon we've been calling Make the Mind, Body, Heart Connection. And that's because it contains themes of heart because of the moon, themes of mind because of the Gemini, the air sign of Gemini being involved, and also themes of the body and the physical world because Ceres is involved. And so this moon is going to be about that basic polarity in life between who am I and how do I discover myself and know myself versus the group, the community, the tribe, the people that I belong to, but don't want to become subsumed in. So it's the individual versus the herd is the theme here. And you want to feel into it because it's a moon. You want to think about it because it's in Gemini. And you also want to ground it in physical reality because of Ceres involvement. In longer term news, Jupiter and Saturn are about to leave the sign of Capricorn where they've been all year. And there's been a pretty heavy feel to this year. I'm sure you've seen our other videos about that. But Saturn and Jupiter are both about to move into Aquarius next month, December, and the feel is going to change. It's going to lighten up considerably. So watch for our videos about that next month, and also watch for your horoscope next month, where we're going to let you know more about how that's relevant to you. And you can already find out more about Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius in our November news playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology. And that's a great place to know about. If you like our horoscopes and you're getting use out of them, please like, share, and subscribe so you can come back again and again and find relevant news that will help you in your life. And gosh, anything else? Well, our website is pandoraastrology.com. And until next month, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.